Welcome students, welcome back to the class again. In this class, we will go to 555 timer. Now we will understand why I have taught digital electronics before analog electronics. What is the need? After doing feedback amplifier and oscillator, I had taught you power amplifier, class A, class B and class C power amplifier. After that, I had stopped the analog electronics. I had taught you the only digital electronics. Why digital electronics is important? In order to know the concept, in order to gain the concept about this timer and multivibrator. Why digital electronics concept is important, you will understand in this class. So let's quickly check the 555 timer. What are the pins of 555 timer? 555 timer is octa-pin device, 8-pin octa-pin device. These are the pins of 555 timer. Starting counting from left direction: ground, trigger, output, reset, control, threshold, discharge, VCC. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ground, trigger, output, reset, control, threshold, discharge, VCC. So these are the pins for 555 timer. Now you will have to understand 555 timers internal circuitry. Internal circuitry contains two op-amps. This is non-inverting terminal, this is inverting terminal. Here this non-inverting terminal is connected with threshold. There is a discharge transistor, there is a BJT transistor, bipolar junction transistor connected with discharge terminal. This here inverting terminal is connected with trigger, and non-inverting terminal is connected with VCC by 3 resistance R, and here inverting terminal is connected with two VCC by 3 resistance again R. Now the outputs of both the terminals, outputs of both the op-amps are connected with bistable flip-flop, RS flip-flop. Here the concept of digital electronics is important. You need to know the truth table of SR flip-flop, how in order to know the working principles of the 555 timer. Now let's see how the timer is working. This non-inverting terminal connected with VCC by 3. This inverting terminal is connected with 2 VCC by 3. So if the trigger input is below VCC by 3, this trigger input voltage connected with the inverting terminal of the op-amp, this is op-amp 1, this is op-amp 2. Actually, these two op-amps are nothing but analog comparator. These two op-amps, op-amp 1, op-amp 2. These two op-amps are actually they are working as an analog comparator. These two op-amps are working as an analog comparator. So op-amp 1, if connected, the inverting terminal is connected with trigger input. If the trigger input is below VCC by 3, then what will be the analog op-amp 1 output? Where the op-amp 1 is used as an analog comparator 1, what will be the output of op-amp 1 which is used as an analog comparator 1? Where the op-amp is using as an analog comparator 1, output will be 1. So output will be 1. Here we assume the output is 0 threshold voltage, because threshold voltage is greater than VCC by 3. We assume that threshold voltage is greater than VCC by 3. So because this VCC by 3, this voltage connected with 3 equal value resistance, this voltage has not reached to 2 VCC by 3. So the threshold voltage, we are not comparing threshold voltage with 2 VCC by 3, we are comparing triggering voltage with VCC by 3. If the trigger voltage is lesser than VCC by 3, or if the trigger voltage has a value below VCC by 3, analog comparator 1 output will be 1, and analog comparator 2, this is op-amp 2, op-amp 2 output will be 0. So S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0. What will be the output? This is here. Concept of digital electronics is important. I have taught you flip-flop, SR flip-flop and JK flip-flop, D flip-flop. What will be the output of SR flip-flop? If the input is A1 and 0, set is 1, reset is 0. So our Qn plus 1 will be 1. So if Qn plus 1 will be 1, so Qn plus 1 bar will be 0. This is Q is 1, Q will be your 1. So Q bar is 0. Then here this is an inverter. Here this is an inverter. If Q bar is 0, if Q bar is 0, so inverter output will be 1. Inverter output will be 1. Output will become logic high. This transistor is in cutoff mode because the base, this is an NPN transistor, NPN. NPN transistor looks like this. This is collector, this is base, this is emitter. So base is connected with 0 pulse. So transistor is in the cutoff. The transistor is in cutoff mode because collector base junction is reverse bias. So transistor is in cutoff mode. So output is logic high. Now if the voltage reaches to 2 VCC by 3. If the voltage reaches to 2 VCC by 3. If the voltage reaches to 2 VCC by 3, then threshold, there will be comparison between threshold voltage and 2 VCC by 3 voltage. If threshold voltage is below 2 VCC by 3, if the threshold voltage is below 2 VCC by 3, now control voltage has reached 2 VCC by 3. The control voltage has reached 2 VCC by 3. Remember, this is control terminal, terminal number 5. If you number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In this way, if you number them anti-clockwise, so control voltage has reached 2 VCC by 3 and threshold voltage has a value which is below 2 VCC by 3. So op amp will be reset. Also the flip-flop will be reset. Why? Because op amp comparator 1 output will be 0, comparator 2 output will be 1. So 0, 1. 0, 1 means Qn plus 1 is equal to 0. If Qn plus 1 is equal to 0, Qn plus 1 bar is equal to 1. If this is 0, this is 1. 1 means now the transistor, now our NPN transistor has got a base pulse. Now our NPN transistor has achieved or has got a base pulse that is connected because it is connected with logic 1. It has got a base pulse and the output will be 0 because there is an inverter. Output will be 0. It has achieved a base pulse. So base pulse is like that. So it has achieved a base pulse. So the NPN transistor base is connected with logic 1. It has now collector base junction is in forward bias and the transistor will become active in forward active mode. Transistor will be the collector base junction is in forward bias, or you can say the emitter base junction is also in forward bias. The transistor is in active mode. It will be discharged through the discharging capacitor. It will start discharging through the discharging capacitor, and in the discharge terminal there will be a capacitor. The transistor will start discharging through the capacitor. In this way, the cycle will run. Then again, if discharging will start, the 2 VCC by 3, this control voltage will be reduced again. If it comes to VCC by 3. Then the cycle will start again. Once the discharging starts through the discharging capacitor, the control voltage will be reduced again, will start reducing again. When it reaches to VCC by 3, there will be a comparison again between trigger voltage and voltage at the non-inverting terminal. This is inverting terminal, this is non-inverting terminal. there will be a comparison again between trigger voltage and the voltage at the non-inverting terminal. So the cycle will repeat again. So you know, so you have got an idea, you know what is SR flip-flop. I have already taught you SR flip-flop characteristics equation, the state transition table of SR flip-flop, JK flip-flop, D flip-flop both. So that's why without knowing flip-flop, without knowing digital electronics, you cannot move an inches ahead in 555 timer. Your syllabus is in 555 timer. Then tomorrow I will teach you astable multivibrator, and if possible tomorrow I will teach you some problems, one or two basic problems on Schmitt trigger. After completing astable multivibrator, I will teach you one or two basic problems, one or two simple problems on Schmitt triggers. So this is your 555 timer, octa-pin timer, 8 pin. Octa-pin timer, so this is your 555 timer. And this is a 555 timer, this is your internal circuit. See, we have got all the pins available. Ground, trigger, output, this is reset. The SR flip-flop, bistable SR flip-flop is connected with reset terminals. It's like a clock pulse. Every flip-flop needs a clock pulse. It is reset terminal is connected with the clock pulse. This control, threshold, discharge, VCC. So ground, trigger, output, reset, control, threshold, discharge, VCC. All the 8 pins are available here. All the 8 pins are available. So you need to just analyze, you need to just realize all the 8 pins, and you need to know the working principle for 2 cycles. Cycles number 1, comparison between op-amp 1 and comparison between trigger voltage and VCC by 3. Comparison between trigger voltage and VCC by 3. Comparison between trigger voltage and VCC by 3, and comparison between threshold voltage and 2 VCC by 3. You need to know the comparison, how the flip-flop is getting set or how the flip-flop is getting reset by using these 2 comparisons. You need to know everything. If it is set, that means S is equal to 1, S is equal to 1, R is equal to 0, Qn plus 1 is 1, this is 1, and this will be 0. By using the inverter, output will become high, logic high. If it is reset, the output will become logic low, but the transistor will become in active mode. So this is your 555 timer.